My. We're here. Hi, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to Stock Markets with Bruce. I'm the guy they call Uncle Bruce. It's nice to see you. Nice to have you here. Look, it's Monday, July 29th, 2024. As a matter of fact, in about 2 weeks from now, I will be celebrating. I don't know if I'll be celebrating, but it will mark. 2 weeks from now will mark 7 years being a full-time YouTuber in one capacity or another. Wow. 2 channels, Stock Markets with Bruce right here, and Traveling with Bruce, my first channel. Wow. Unbelievable. 7 years, 84 months, full-time. And through COVID, started in 2017, and 2.5 years in, COVID. Wow. And survived, and here we are. This channel started in June of 2020. We just celebrated our 4th year on the air. So this channel is just a little over 4 years old, from about maybe May, June of 2020, roughly. And at that time, I was putting out a video maybe every week or two as just a floundering second channel, trying to figure out what I should do. And I think it was June of 2020, I did my first video about GameStop, because I was talking about stocks that were over-shorted. And there was a chart that was compiled of New York Stock Exchange listed companies that had huge short positions. GameStop was number one. And I commented in this video about, this stock's $4.80, and it's been as low as $2.20 or something, or 40 cents in the last year. This is like 2019 to 20. It's been as low as 2 something, sitting at 480, and there are more shares shorted than exist. Like, what? I thought that was very odd, very strange, being an ex branch manager, vice president of a national brokerage firm here in Canada. I thought, this is odd. I've never seen this before. And there was no explanation for it from any sources, and there seemed not to be any concern by any regulatory body anywhere about this stock scenario, about this short position. And I kind of, went over that a little bit in this video, and I kind of said in the video that someday there could be a short squeeze. I mean, you get the right combination of investors, speculators, day traders, opportunists, hedge fund players. You could really have some interesting stuff going on here, because it puzzled me to no end that in the previous 5 years of GameStop's life, in other words, back from 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, 2000, why was it that all the way up to 2020, the stock had gone from the 50s to the 40s to the 30s to the 20s, and it was now sitting at $4.80? And why were there more shares shorted than existed at a 480 price? I would have thought that if I were a part of a group that had shorted the crap out of GameStop 2 years ago, $25 a share, $35 a share, at 480, I'd be taking my dough off the table and saying, thanks. Why would I carry a short position any further? It made no sense to me to carry GameStop any further than all the way down to 480. This, again, is 4 years ago. That would mean today, we're talking $1.20 a share here. I mean, you got to be kidding me. And yet, there was this massive position, and sure enough, guess what happened? Stock went for a ride. One of the names that we remember from those early days, by about January of 2020, December into January, when the stock began to break the $10 level and got into the 12 to 16 area, that was December of 2020. At that point in time, Ryan Cohen had started making a big move into the stock, if he hadn't already done what he had done. But we began to hear the name of an individual that dared to publicly talk about the price of GameStop being far too high at $14 to $16 a share. And who was that? That name was Andrew Left. Andrew Left, and Andrew Left was commented on. He was on CNBC. He was on Fox Business, CNN Business, Bloomberg. I mean, any network that wanted to talk to that wanted to get an idea of the overshorted situation with GameStop. They went to Andrew Left. They went right there. Citron was the name of his firm. And so he had all this street cred 4 years ago. He's 50 years old at the time, and he was running an outfit called Citron, which seemed to be some kind of a short selling fund of some kind of a hedge fund that he was involved with, or something like that. He was an activist short seller, they said, author and editor of the online investment newsletter Citron Research, formerly known as Stock Lemon. I'm just reading here out of Wikipedia. This guy was, he was the legit deal. And, people thought, well, Northwestern University graduate, financial analyst, financial writer, maybe this guy knows something and maybe we should, follow him. Well, he was the guy that came out back in January, roughly 2020, to say, this stock isn't worth $14 a share. I mean, this is way overpriced. Of course, that means we're talking today's values of $3.50 a share. At $3.50, it was way overpriced. And he wanted to go live. He wanted to go live on Twitter to tell the world that if this thing reaches 16 to 18 to 20, you want to get the hell out. If you own this stuff, you want to cash in. You really would be wise to sell this stuff at 14, 16, 18, 20. Run for the hills, because there's no way this company is worth $20 a share. And you know what? He was right. He was right. It wasn't worth $20 a share. Not at all. No, not at that time. It wasn't worth it. However, the short position was so tenuous, so bad, that the average retail investor looked at this stock and went, hey, this thing's about to blow, because there could be a short squeeze here like you can't believe, because these morons at 16, 18, they're still not buying back their stock. They're not buying back their stock. They must pay. And they sure did. Andrew Left couldn't even do a live broadcast on Twitter. It crashed Twitter completely. He did a recorded message, which they released the next day. By the time within 24 hours of his so-called spiel to justify that the stock isn't even worth 14, it was now $25 to $35 a share, and it went up to 50, and it went up to 60, and by the time it hit 80, he came out and raised the white flag, saying, I give up, I've already bought back my stock, I'm out. And he covered himself out of there. And of course, many of you found me and many other YouTubers, and the stock went for a ride. And the rest is history, except until recent history. Now we find out, just in the last week, oh my God, the SEC and the Department of Justice, are charging Andrew Left with securities fraud. Wait a minute. What is this all about? 23 instances of allegations of pumping and dumping stocks, including the GameStop story. And all of a sudden, very quiet, and you have heard not very much about this, really. You've heard a little, but not a lot. But the reality is that if you owned GameStop back in 2020, 2021, 2022, if you would in any way got in or out or in, did anything with GameStop, you were given a moniker. You were called dumb money, because you're a retail investor and you were dumber than anyone else to be involved in GameStop. They made a movie called Dumb Money to honor you. And here was this individual, highly respected individual, pulling off all kinds of shenanigans. And we read more and more, we find out more and more about this indictment, and we're going to hear a lot more about this case, about how this guy would promote a stock up or promote a stock down and take the opposite position of his readers and followers that were paying him a fee to get his research. How do you like them apples? And so here's a guy who's a stock analyst, quote unquote, that every network was happy to have on the air, and they helped him promote his thesis on his favorite stocks, good or bad, and he would take quickly the opposite position up for his reader against his readers and followers. Yeah, that's known as a pump and dump. I can tell you this. I remember back in 2021 when I went live with you guys. Those of you who were not here, might be news to you, but I was being criticized by some of my viewers because I wasn't a day trader and I wasn't holding any positions, and I wasn't telling my followers, my viewers, what I was buying and selling because I didn't do any trading. And some people said to me, well, if you're not even putting your own money into GameStop, why should we listen to you about anything? Because, I mean, you got nothing on the line. You just give us your opinion. Even at the bottom of your little disclaimer down there, you got a disclaimer that this is all for entertainment purposes and it's my personal opinion, and you have to consult with your own financial advisor, the standard template. And people are saying, well, if this guy doesn't even invest, why should we even bother with this guy? Maybe now you know. Maybe now you go, oh, this makes sense. This guy, Uncle Bruce, doesn't buy and sell stock, doesn't write contracts. He's an opinionator, and he's an explainer. He is trying to explain the markets in plain English. And that's why he doesn't buy and sell stock. Oh, and yet all kinds of others in the last 3 years have come and gone on YouTube and elsewhere. How many former YouTubers that some of you used to follow during the heyday of 2021 are no longer on the air? They're just not around. And how many used to be heavily followed by investors who are now not followed at all? Or they're followed because they're into some other business instead, because they never were in the investment business as specialists. They just hopped on the bandwagon to want to become experts in the stock market. Here you go. Welcome to the world today, where is it really the right thing to do to be buying and selling stock and writing contracts and having a YouTube channel and telling viewers what you think they should do too? Is that really the right way to go? Or is the SEC slowly but surely tracking down and looking into what people are doing out there on social media and other platforms and starting to crack down? And they started with the big boys. They started with those who are allegedly making millions and bringing it from there. And here's Andrew Left being accused of anything from $16 to $20 million of pump and dump trades. Yikes. Yeah, the Department of Justice doesn't issue fines. They issue jail terms. The SEC issues fines and trading bans. The Department of Justice puts people behind bars if there's some really nasty nonsense going on. And here we have a scenario where Mr. Left is going to have a ton of legal bills for a long time to try to avoid a jail term based on the charges so far that have been levied. Unbelievable. Now, look, I bring all this up because, well, it's nostalgic. A little bit of history for those of you who are new here, but it's also something I want to mention to you today is to say to you guys, look, tomorrow morning, 24 hours from now, we will likely be sitting on brand new financial news from SoFi. They will release their financials tomorrow morning in the pre-market. And here we are a day from now, following what SoFi just said about how they did for the second quarter of this year, which for us means, hope cross our fingers, but we're pretty sure, third consecutive quarter of profits to be booked into the financials of this company, with a fourth quarter of financials of profits coming up the quarter we're in now, which is the third quarter of the year that we're into. This, after all, is the end of July now, which means SoFi is 1 month into the fourth consecutive quarter of earnings, we think. And so 90 days from about now, SoFi will release the third quarter results, which would give us now 4 consecutive quarters of earnings for this company, which is a big deal if you follow this company in any way, shape, or form, and the inclusion of this company into the S&P 500 sooner or later, that now could be on the table. How many analysts are we going to hear about from this week, in this week coming up? How many analysts are going to talk about SoFi tomorrow morning by lunchtime? How many analysts have already written up their report about how god-awful SoFi is, how much of a dog this company is, how it should be sold at all costs or ignored or avoided? How many analysts are going to come out with a neutral rating or a sell rating or a hold rating, ignoring every good thing that SoFi is doing, ignoring all the growth, ignoring all the revenue gains, anything? No matter what SoFi will say tomorrow morning, and no matter what Anthony Noto says on the air tomorrow afternoon on CNBC, on Fox Business, on Bloomberg, through the Wall Street Journal, any outfit that wants to talk to him, quote him, listen to what the management of SoFi says in the conference call tomorrow, no matter what they talk about. The sky is blue? No, it's not. It's green. Gravity is real? No, not. It's fake. The earth is round? No, it's flat. No matter what they say, how many analysts are ready to pounce to say it's just not good enough? Get ready for that. Are we about to get a big reversal tomorrow? A complete reversal of opinion on SoFi tomorrow? Are we going to hear from analysts tomorrow who are going to say tomorrow, on Wednesday, on Thursday, on Friday, been covering this stock for quite a while now, and gotta say, I put a $7 target on this stock, or a $7.50 target on it, or a $5 target, or a $3 target. And I have to adjust my predictions on this stock. I honestly have to say that the company has pleasantly surprised me and my fellow analysts out there. We're pleasantly surprised. We're impressed with the kind of money these guys are making, and we're going to up our target price to $8 or $8.50 or $10 or something like that. Will that happen in the next few days? Or are we going to be getting analysts, coming out with maybe neutral ratings that would have pounced on this company in the past, but now are going to take it much more careful because of what happened to Andrew Left? Is it possible that a lot of the analytical reports that you have been bombarded with SoFi, obviously on GameStop and anything else, all of these analysts out there who have just poo-pooed GameStop, poo-pooed SoFi, have called all kinds of companies nothing but garbage, because these guys are short themselves or sitting on a lot of put contracts? Are these guys now asking themselves, what the hell am I doing? If Andrew Left can be charged by the SEC and the Department of Justice, you've got to understand something. If the DOJ is charging Andrew Left with crimes, you got to imagine they have done some digging into this guy's past. They have had to have dug out every financial report ever published by this guy. They probably looked at thousands of hours of television appearances over the last 5 years. They've probably looked at every interview he's ever given to any entity that can be brought back to him, where he can be quoted. They have got to be looking at trading transactions. They have probably had all kinds of audits done on his personal holdings. They've obviously figured out he is the man behind all kinds of fake websites. A whole bunch of fake websites that are supposedly coming out with opinions on stocks that mirror exactly what his outfit has been doing. He's been utilizing his research paper, which he has subscribers for, and then he has all these other websites out there that he is connected with, that he is actually running with his team to amplify the message, to make his message really legit, super legit, because it's coming from every angle you can imagine. How many people did he hire to promote his message on Reddit, on Wall Street Bets, on all kinds of chat groups everywhere? Uh, did he infect YouTubers' chat sites like mine? Was there someone here since 2021 that used to criticize anything I talked about on GameStop with an opposing comment? In other words, trolls. Did he have trolls everywhere to just make his message be known? The DOJ has apparently gone deep, deep, deep into this guy's activities, and this is why in 2024 we are finding out that Mr. Andrew Left apparently, allegedly, has been up to no good for quite some time. And I don't know if they've even caught up with him yet with 2023 and 2024 shenanigans. Like, for example, in the last 2 months when GameStop went from $9.95 a share to $60+ a share. Wasn't he everywhere all of a sudden? Again, did we not see Andrew Left all over the place on the most legitimate media sources in the world regarding finance? And doesn't that make you ask yourself, these guys at CNBC have got how many dozens of Andrew Lefts on their show over the last 10 years? How many gazillions of Andrew Lefts have been on CNBC, Bloomberg, Fox Business, quoted in the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, any publication to do with business like Forbes and so on? How many of these guys have been promoted and exposed and given a platform by these legitimate sounding, apparently heavily funded and backed outfits to give their opinion to you, to tell you what you should do with your money? You're the dumb money. Remember, you're the idiot, okay? Every one of us, me included, we're all morons. We're all dumb money. These experts and these media outlets that present the experts to us, that's the legitimate part of this business. And we're supposed to follow what these guys say. Really, really. And when I began to mention in probably March, April, May, June for sure, I was talking in 2021 about the thought that maybe you guys who are GameStop loyalists and will never sell your GameStop shares because, someday to the moon, the stock might go. Maybe in the meantime, while you're waiting for the stock to go to the moon, you could take advantage of swings in the stock plus unthinkable stock option premiums on GameStop back in 2021, where you could consider writing stock options way out of the money for a relatively short period of time and take in dough to hold this stuff. Charge rent to your stock in your account. And how many people attacked my channel for even suggesting that? How many YouTube channels out there and there were dozens of them at the time, all following GameStop, all following um, uh, 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 our friend, the movie company, AMC, all following the other meme stocks. How many gazillions of AMC people attacked this channel because I dared discuss the idea that even if you're an AMC shareholder, you should be writing options against this stuff to be paid rent to hold it. Why don't you make some income off of this stuff, which theoretically you could use to buy more of your AMC or more of your GameStop? In other words, write GameStop contracts, take the money, and now go ahead and buy more GameStop shares. You're doing yourself a favor because you're taking street stock off the street. You're letting option people fund your acquisition of more stock, which means less shares in the hands of the gamblers, more shares in the hands of rock solid shareholders who are going to write more contracts to buy even more stock. I was called a traitor to the meme community because I was supposedly supposed to be a guy that was supposed to promote meme stocks. Apparently, there were many, many viewers of my channel back in 2021 who were saying, this guy is supposed to be promoting GameStop. He's supposed to promote AMC. He's supposed to promote all the meme stocks because apparently I'm the spokesman for these stocks. Really? And I was accused of being a shill for all these companies being paid under the table. Oh, he's the guy. In the meantime, Andrew Left was the good guy, although he was kind of a victim of the day traders because he was declared short. And here he was bringing out opinion after opinion after opinion in his newsletter, month after month after month, with his website and websites, and now on the air all the time. Did I get a call from CNBC to appear with my humble opinion on what I want? No, never have, never will. Did other YouTubers get on CNBC? Yes, they did. Yes, there were former YouTubers who were on CNBC giving their opinion on what they're doing. And what were they? They were day traders. They were pump and dump artists. And that's according to SEC filings, because we have heard in, 2022, 2023, the SEC came down hard on almost a dozen or more YouTubers who have since been eviscerated. They're off the air. They're no longer around. Many have gone. Who were all accused of pump and dump trades on AMC and GameStop and so on. And they're all gone. And many of them were on the air with CNBC, on Fox Business. They were on Bloomberg. They were brought on as guests. Amazing, isn't it? Amazing. And here we are today in July 29th, 2024. And the old man with no hair, a face for radio, never been on CNBC, never been approached by any network for his opinion, who's been around since 1979, now on the air since 2017 as a YouTuber, 2020 on this channel, and he's still here. And he tells his followers, you know what you could do with your shares that you have, whether you own GameStop or Apple stock or AI shares, or even if you don't own stock, you can bring money into your hot little hands by doing something that institutions do as a specialty. Write options against your positions, or write options as credit spreads against no position that you have. If you love GameStop but you don't want to own it, then you could write options on GameStop and make money on it by just writing options on GameStop without even owning the stock. What? No, that you can't do that. Well, yes, you can, because that's what institutions do. The good news for institutional traders is that they can be negative on GameStop, positive on GameStop, and they don't have to report anything to the SEC because, of course, if you're an offshore entity and you're registered in an offshore jurisdiction, you don't have to tell the SEC anything, really. And if you're a credit spread gambler, you're just a derivatives trader. on stock. You don't have to say anything. And here we are, 2 months ago, watching what was happening with Roaring Kitty coming out publicly for the first time in 3 years to say anything, and he actually went on the air. Oh my god! And the guy was able to score a huge gain on 120,000 call options at $27 a pop, worth hundreds of millions of dollars. It's just unfathomable how much money was made. Um, and Andrew Left was front and center, right there, being covered by the media, left, right, and center. And Andrew Left was accusing Roaring Kitty of breaking securities laws, which is the ultimate kettle. Somebody calling the kettle black. Like, what? Yeah, now we find out, Roaring Kitty isn't being charged by the SEC or the Department of Justice with anything illegal. No, Andrew Left is the one who is the pumper and dumper who's being accused of all kinds of shenanigans. And here you are, the dumb money people, and me, the dumb money guy. Here we are, still plugging along, saying, well, you know what? You want to go up? Stock? You want to go? Fine. Great. We'll write options. I'll talk to you about options you can write to make money on the way up. The stock wants to go down? We can talk about how you can make money. The stock wants to go down. The stock doesn't want to do anything. It just wants to be range bound. There's option strategies for that. I'll talk to you about those strategies and give you some ideas. And then there are 17 classes I've put out there. Again, information classes, take it or leave it, call it a stay-at-home college course if you want. You call it what you want to call it. I just call it 17 classes that have been put together, 17 lessons about the options market. And I try to explain what's going on, how they work, why they go up, why they go down, how they're created, who creates them, how they expire, how they die in value, how they depreciate, stake bids, stake offers, 90-10 rule. All this is all my opinion, my interpretation of the options market in plain English. That's all I'm about. I'm just trying to tell you in plain English. In plain English, I'm telling you, you're idiots, you're dumb money, and there's been a movie made about you. In the meantime, there are those professionals who are highly respected, who are now, in some cases, might go to jail. Oh, isn't that interesting how that works? That maybe dumb money isn't so dumb after all, huh? Maybe being a middle-class, struggling Canadian or American or Brit or German or French person or Italian or Spanish, wherever you're from, maybe the middle class who are trying to make a go of it are the good guys. Maybe they're not dumb money. Maybe they're the underserviced, lied to people. Maybe the middle class of America and Canada and everywhere else are the folks who are being deceived by the so-called experts out there who aren't vetting, obviously not vetting the activities of these so-called analysts. What has CNBC been doing since 2000 with Andrew Left? Nothing. I mean, they didn't figure out that this guy was doing a pump and dump operation. There was no vetting of Andrew Left once they had him on the air the first time. They were just happy to have him on the air the second time, the fifth time, the 15th time. How many analysts have slammed SoFi for 4 years now? How many analysts have slammed every meme stock ever created? How many of the CNBC personalities, producers, and directors, and I'm just picking on CNBC, it's not just them, it's all of these guys. How many of these backroom people slam GameStop and you every time GameStop makes a move? And at the end of the day, no one at CNBC really talks about this, not even Jim Cramer. And Jim really could talk about this legitimately and not be wrong. If Jim comes out and says, you know what, folks, you can hate him, you can love him, but at the end of the day, certain meme stocks are going to make it, and certain meme stocks might not make it. Some are desperately trying to survive, like AMC. They're trying to reorganize their debt and hang around, and they're issuing stock from Treasury and diluting themselves to still be relevant. But at the end of the day, there's one meme one meme stock outfit that has managed to become stronger and more financially legitimate and will be around forever. And that one is GameStop. 4.2 billion cash in the bank. You can't argue that. You can't poo-poo it. You can't discount that. You can love it or hate it. It doesn't matter what you think about the fact that they have it, but they have 4.2 billion cash in the bank. I have no doubt GameStop will be around much longer than some of these analysts. It might be interesting to note down the road, GameStop might be around longer than some analysts' jail sentences turned out to be, which is also ironic. When people get let out on bail or let out on parole, GameStop's still in business, still alive. Now, what it does and who runs it and how it's run, I don't know. Do you know? We don't know. But yeah, the version of GameStop today is going to be around for a long, long time. And I'm just a guy that started going live and started doing YouTube work in 2017. That's all I am. And here I am in 2024, still pounding away at age 68, going to be 69 this September, still here. And telling you dumb money people, because I'm your dumb money leader, we're the good guys. We here, we're the good guys. We're legit. We are the real deal. We can look in the mirror and go, I'm not cheating anybody. I'm not misleading anybody. I'm not taking people down the road and promising them the world and then taking it away from them. I am not backstabbing myself or my friends. You can see that to your own mirror. I can say it to mine. I can sit here and look at you and go, you know what? I've put 17 classes out there, and a bunch of you have taken all of them, most of them, some of them, and some of you are taking advantage today and tomorrow for this last couple of days of this 5 for 4 deal, which, again, I thank you for doing so. You've given me a vote of confidence, and you've said, you know what, Bruce, I took classes 1 and 2, like you suggested, and I'm still here. And I've opened up a practice account and done some practice trading. And I found that to be fascinating. And I'm reading all the comments that your viewers make all the time. And I'm following them through Discord. I became a Gold Bagel member and joined your Discord group, as you had indicated. And you know what? I want 5 more classes. And as a matter of fact, I want 10 more. Or I want 15 that I haven't got. I'm going to buy 3 batches of this right here, right now, while the sale is on. Because it's over day after tomorrow. And I say thank you and congratulations. I know I've put 17 classes out there, and I'm aware, and I have been getting responses from a number of you who have reached out to me at brucefarmer@hotmail.com with message after message after message after message, and you've said to me in no uncertain terms, oh my God, I can't believe the difference in my account. It's been 3 months. It's been 1 month. It's been 6 months. I started writing options because of you 2 years ago. 3 years ago, here was my situation. I was employed with a company that I'd been with for 18 years. I had this in my 401k. I was getting virtually no returns on it. It was not even inflation. We were being restricted on how much money we could put into the 401k, or they were restricting how much they were going to match. They were pulling back. Our employer kept pulling back the benefits again and again and again. And the bonuses to the top 1% were beyond belief, while the rest of us were being just annihilated here at the office. And then the layoffs started and the reorganization started. And I had found you 3 years ago when all this was starting, and I really got into the option side of things, took your classes one after the other after the other. I started writing options in 2021, 2022, 2023, and my account, it looks nothing like it looked like back then. I have taken over control of my 401k. I got laid off 2 years ago. I got laid off 6 months ago. I got laid off last month, finally. After a year of rumors, they finally bought me out. Thank you very much. much. And I now control my 401k or my IRA. I am now in control of all of my assets. I am never going back to work again because I'm 53 and I don't need to ever work another day in my life because I can live off of my returns. Thank you very much. I get these messages all the time. And so, that kind of tells me, well, we're doing something right. Because, boy, we're getting the right answers. We're getting the right responses here. It's incredible. And I thank you all so much for joining us and being part of this family. Alberto, of course, you're the man, buddy. How you doing, pal? Get the classes. I've been a Gold Bagel member for so long. Why? Because we're making money. It's just that simple. Uncle Bruce has changed my life. Only issue is with the tax man himself. Uncle Bruce is the GOAT. You gotta love it. Thank you very much, all of you, and congratulations to all of you who are having tax problems. You're making so much money in the market from writing options and letting these shrink out and scoring on cash secured puts, scoring on pure covered call writing, like the basics, writing poor man covered calls, writing credit spreads. All the strategies we've gone over have given you revenues into your hands through doing this. Some of you have no tax problems because you're doing it all in your retirement accounts and you're just compounding your retirement returns now, not hoping that by the time you turn 65, there's enough there to retire on. No, you're making sure that by 65, there is way more than you're ever going to need to retire on. That's the difference. And you're having a ball doing it in the meantime. This is actually fun. It's kind of fun making money when you're making money. It really is. It's a lot better than losing. I can tell you right now, losing isn't fun, but winning is fun. And winning means you want to keep winning. Writing options and having it work for you means you want to be an even more active option writer. You just can't help yourself because you're just going, this is too easy. Can't believe that I can make money doing this. I can't believe this is even legal. But my God, it makes sense now that I see the returns I'm getting on my humble little amount of money that I'm managing. Can you imagine if you had millions of dollars in your possession? You had 20, 30, 50, 150 million in your possession that you could do work with your hired guns. You will hire people to write options for you. Can you imagine working with hedge funds that specialize in writing options on your behalf for your portfolio? My goodness. There are people here who are bringing in 5, 10% a month on their accounts without even losing sleep over it. I mean, you get so used to it that, well, yeah, I know I can write options, Bruce. And when I write options, I generally bring in about 8 to 10% a month return. And your friends, their friends say, well, how many dollars are you managing? So I'm managing $60,000 and I'm bringing in 10% a month. That's $6,000 a month. That's right. Yeah, that's right. And I will do this for another year. And by that time, I'll have 120, 150,000, and I'll be bringing in 15,000 a month. It's the same strategy, just more options. It'll be 15 a month. I won't be working a year from now. I'm still working now because, I'm letting all that money that I'm generating in my account just grow the account so I can grow it faster to then have it take out my day job. And goodbye day job, because I'm already plotting my exit. I've already know what I'm doing. I already know when I'm leaving. I already got the date figured out. The day I am leaving my job, I figured out from a tax point of view, vesting point of view. I know that after a certain date in the next 6 months, a year from now, all the shares that I bought through the company's employee plan mature, and I can do whatever I want with this stuff. If I quit the firm, I get to walk with all this stock. I get to walk with these benefits. They can't take back any from me because I've done my homework on my 401k. The vesting period has gone through. Maybe it's 5 years of working with the company, 3 years of working with the company, whatever the contract you had is. You're now able to, I can walk now, and I can walk with my money and my benefits and my retirement amount, and now I can manage it from here on out. And I've now reached that point where I don't have to go back to work anymore. What a feeling of empowerment for dumb money people to have. What a feeling. And this is stuff that they don't get at CNBC or Fox. They don't get this in Bloomberg. They don't get this in the United States government or Canadian government survey of unemployment. They don't understand why is it that a percentage of the workforce doesn't go back to work when they're able to go back to work with all of these job openings. Why are there a certain class of entrepreneurial people that don't go back to work? Here's one reason right here: option writers. Yeah, why would I work for anybody for 40 hours a week plus 15 hours of commute time every week, plus the stress of after hours BS from these people? Why would I have anything to do with this organization? I'm sick and tired of getting emails in my personal email account from my manager who's telling me I have to help this person get a report together over the weekend ready for Monday morning's meeting. I'm not getting any extra for that. The only thing I'm getting out of this is apparently I won't be let go. That's my upside. I get to keep this piece of shit job, to keep taking this crap from these people. That's the reward. Oh, thank you so much for letting me be a stupid employee of your ridiculous organization. Underfunded, understaffed, overworked. Thank you for abusing the crap out of me. You know what? I think I would rather take this stress and all this time and just manage my own assets. Thank you very much. And you know what? If I need a little bit of money on the side to kind of make ends meet, maybe I can get a gig where I can work from home on a consulting basis with another outfit for 10 hours a week, 15 hours a week. Thank you very much. I think I might just do that. I'll charge them double my hourly rate that I get paid from you guys. I'll do that for 15 hours a week, which is 30 hours of time with you. I've just replaced 30 of your 40 hours, bullshit hours, of which, I've also given away 15 hours of commute time and the overnight crises email. All that's gone. I've turned it into a 30-hour consulting contract instead. Dollars worth 30 hours a week. And I'm looking after my own assets. I think this is the direction I'm going to go. Down goes the blood pressure and stress level, and up goes the efficiency of your noggin to being a better option writer. Welcome, Dumb Money, to the Dumb Money channel. I'm glad you're with me today from wherever you are. Thank you. Listen, Alberto, he's speaking the truth, says White Feather. Thank you, White Feather. I agree with Alberto, says Harry. He's kind of on it. Alberto, Jeff Hart, I'm only speaking facts, baby. I'm not making this crap up. There you go. Thank you all for being here. I love it. The man is saying that on June 10th, I wrote a $25 put expiring June 14th for a 248 premium. Giddy up. Hector, I've been a member for 36 months of this man's channel. 36 months I've been here. Hector, thank you. Gold Bagel level member. Of course, Alberto, Gold Bagel level member. Thank you all so very much for this vote of confidence. Appreciate it. It's all in plain English, kids. Earl, number 95, thumbs up, by the way. Thank you. And in any event, thank you. Sandwich on Wall Street. GameStop will be paying me nicely. Still paying me nicely, actually. GameStop's still paying me nicely. I sold some $25 cash secured puts. I wrote those for August 16th, a month or so back, and I took in $4.95 for those. I want to get assigned. Make me buy this stuff at $25 a share. Make me buy it, please, so I can turn around and sell some Jan $30 covered calls for $5 each. Now, if these $25 contracts get assigned, having received $4.95 for them, let's round it to $5. He's actually paying $20 a share to get these shares, and then he writes Jan 30s for 5 more. That means his net cost is now $15 a share on GameStop. This morning it's $24.34, and Savage Wall Street's going, these option guys are paying me to buy this stock at a discount, which allows me to write options to bring my costs down even more. This is money on top of money on top of money. Sandwich of Wall Street, JR, freezing water. What am I, a commoner, sir? You dishonor me. We shall take our swimmings at a posh hotel with a spa, massage areas with a gigantic Olympic heated pool. The nerve. Folks are obviously talking to each other. Alberta, my 401k B was bringing in approximately 2%. Low end, top end, 8% on a great year. This is in a year, 8% for a year. His classes and the one-on-one, I make that monthly with zero concerns. He speaks fact, folks, and I'm with this, and that's it. I'm beautiful, my friend. Walter, good morning, Bagel family and friends. Go Sofi Matterport. Thumbs up, number 97. Harry, I wrote a bunch of $26 cash secured puts on GameStop in June that I just closed for a 505 premium. Really liking these cash secured puts. They are much more low stress than credit spreads, as your break even price is very low. Robert Millock, 99 thumbs up for Uncle Bruce. Good morning, all stock market with Brucers. Thank you, Robert, and all of you here. Savage of Wall Street, what Uncle Bruce is saying is actual, factual. I did it. I work 30% of the time that I used to. I am a mercenary, and I make 3 times the amount I used to make on a per hour basis. I'm happy to say I'm a house husband, and I love it. There we are. Mr. Premium of the Option, happy Monday, time to fill our pockets. Harry, doing all trading tax-free in my IRA, too. Thinking of doing a Roth conversion real soon. Savage of Wall Street, I wake up, make some coffee, get breakfast ready, get the kids ready for school, change diapers, get their lunch boxes ready, and yes, I trade. I make money while I spend time with my family, and my wife loves it. Alberto Savage, White Feather, and several others, you got this. You know who you are. Harry, Savage, living the dream, my man. Robert, see you tonight, 7 o'clock. You got it, buddy. Tonight, 7 o'clock, Traveling with Bruce on my other channel. I'll be live on that channel later tonight. Thank you all for joining me here. We open up in about 8 minutes, and we're going to start trading on the day. This is the week that interest rates will be discussed by the Federal Reserve, Tuesday and Wednesday. Wednesday afternoon, we'll watch paint dry when we hear from Mr. Powell and his interest rate decision and his conference call, his so-called press conference. In the meantime, we have earnings coming out. Today, we had earnings come out already on McDonald's. Apparently, they missed on the top line, they missed on the profit line, and they missed on the regional store versus store numbers. Their sales are lower. Higher prices, people are backing off and going, I love McDonald's, but instead of so many times a week, I'll go this many times a week. Or instead of so many times in a month, I'll go this many times in a month. That's bad news. The higher you raise your prices, the fewer times your people would frequent your business. And now you have this delicate balancing act. Do we keep prices lower to bring in the volume, or do we raise prices higher on less volume to hold our margins? Where is the sweet spot? And at the moment, McDonald's has missed on that, but apparently the stock was up this morning due to the Happy Meal doing well or the $5 value meal doing well. Other earnings to look for. Tomorrow, Microsoft, AMD, Pfizer, and SoFi in the pre-market. Wednesday, Meta, Facebook, and Boeing, to name a couple. Thursday, Amazon, Apple, Intel, and many more. A busy, busy week this week. And of course, this channel will be holding our breath 24 hours from now when SoFi comes out. And what I'm waiting for is what the so-called analysts have to say. Which analysts are going to talk to us about good news, bad news on SoFi, higher stock price targets, lower? And I'd like to know, all those analysts that are coming out with their 2 bits worth of advice, how many of them operate newsletters and tell their subscribers what to do? How many of these analysts buy and sell stock themselves or through third parties? I don't know. Andrew Left apparently had quite a bit of activity going on above and beyond his so-called analytical trading. Now, he was an admitted short seller. I got to give him that. Andrew Left was, from 2020 on, when I found out about him, an admitted short seller. He was coming out with reports why I'm a short seller, of this stock or this stock or this stock. He wasn't hiding that. He's not in trouble for that. You're not in trouble when you admit that you're a short seller if you even disclose your position, not that he had to. But when you do a newsletter and you have a bunch of other websites set up secretly through third parties, and you utilize all that media to promote your message, whether you like a stock or hate a stock, and then while doing that, you're also doing trades against those positions shortly after releasing a positive result on a company, calling it to go to $60 a share, and it's gone from 20 to 30, and you're dumping now at 30, having bought at 15. This gets you into trouble. And sure enough, but I don't know how many of these analysts this week are going to be in that camp now. How aggressive are analysts going to be this week about slamming SoFi, knowing what happened to Andrew Left? Gotta kind of ask that, isn't it? Yeah, wondering about that. What are your thoughts on SoFi? There you go. Yeah. A savage, birthdays were the worst days. Now we drink champagne when we're thirsty. Deep value of the options. I've been a member here for 35 months. Thank you for everything, Albert. Can we have a new 36-month badge soon? I'm working on that. I just noticed I can do new badges for longer because the membership thing has been around a while, and I need to create some new emojis. So bear with me while I figure that out. Savage of Wall Street, did you guys catch the orange something this weekend saying to Christians he's not a Christian? He wants them to vote only this time. They won't have to vote again in 4 years. We're going to fix it. We're going to fix it. You won't have to vote anymore. Once you elect me president this time around, you don't have to worry about going to the ballot box ever again. What does that mean? I wonder. Yeah. Kind of entertaining anyway. I try with Bruce and Stock Markets with Bruce are the best channels on YouTube. Thank you, my friend. Deep value. Neat. Savage of Wall Street. I hope you guys vote so that our wives and daughters can have more rights than our mothers did and our grandmothers did. Yes, I'm certainly hoping. And I have a suspicion it is going to be men versus women in this election. And I have bad news for the guys. I've got really bad news for men, especially under age 30. If you're a male under 30 and you think you're going to go the Trump direction, God bless you. You can, you're free to vote whatever you're allowed to vote. If you're a bona fide voter, knock yourself out. Unfortunately for the guys, there are more girls. There are many more women. There's something else about women that the analysts maybe haven't said very much. Generally speaking, women are better educated than men. Did you know that? More women graduate from college and university. More female lawyers are graduating law school now. Women are far more interested in education than guys are. It's just a fact. It's just a fact. And the one segment of this society that has been really hit hard in the last number of years has been the female segment. And I just don't think these gals are going to bother with the opinion polls or anything else. They're just going to make their quiet little walk to their voting booth, and they're going to bring that gal in. They're going to bring in Kamala Harris without even blinking. And the old man is going to be left out in the cold, and he'll have to deal with all of his legal problems. Sorry, guys, but that's what's going to happen. And I'm on the outside looking in going, oh, this is obvious. It's completely obvious. When there's a march in Washington for female rights, millions show up. Whenever there's a vote about abortion rights in various states, the women win the vote. When there's voting for restricting the ability of people to do with their freedoms, those go the direction of the freedom fight. It's just obvious. I mean, every election that Trump has run since 2016, he's lost. I mean, the midterms, the election again, whether you believe it or not, you lost. And here we are. I hate talking politics, but I can't avoid obvious stuff. And it's obvious what's going to happen here. I would not be surprised if all three branches of government go Democratic. all of them, by more than just a vote. Um, it will be something else to see. Now, the question is, who's the VP going to be? Is this going to be a figurehead? Is this going to be somebody with some opinion, some oomph? It'll be swing state, something, of course. Trump did it, certainly. Come on, with it. But the female vote, it's all about the women. There are certain women who will vote Republican. They are the minority as well, and there's the problem for the Republicans. Democrats are more of them anyway. Overall, demographically speaking, there's always been more Democrats. The question is, are they energized? I think they are. I think the Democrats are very energized. And that's bad news for the right. But, well, we'll see what happens. I don't know. I just, wow, it's going to be nuts. Congrats to Savage for getting Uncle Bruce to quote Biggie Smalls. A good morning from Chicago. Phono Airplays, welcome. Become a member, Fano. Stephen, I'm looking to sell cash ticket puts on GameStop. $20 strike, September 24th, the open. And I want to take an $111 credit. Michael Tucker, good luck to you, Michael. Harry, I need to write some new cover calls on GameStop today as my July 26th closes Friday for a $350 premium. Bobby, just saw today, if Netflix raises price again, I will dust off the old VHS machine. Alberta, the album is dedicated to all the teachers that told me I'd never amount to nothing. Uncle Bruce set them straight. One theory is RK is being paid millions through the whistleblower program and is helping to bring these guys to justice. His live stream sure seemed to be for someone's viewing of obvious manipulation. Bill, politics, take the politics and keep them to yourself. There you go. Larry, thank you for hitting the bells. Richard, how you doing? Less government is better. Flint, don't like it to go somewhere else. Can't stand people telling a host how to run their own show. There you go. False. That Fox News poll was damning. Peter, let's stick to the markets and not politics. And the man, unfortunately, with the current administration, it is difficult to find money to invest with because we're paying so much for everything else. Yeah, it's the president's fault that supply chains got all screwed up. It's so easy to blame one guy. Amazing. Yeah, it's a fascinating world you're living in. Savage, I'm not a Savage R1. I'm not a fan of Trump, but just saying more women isn't going to cut it. It's about how motivated voters from both sides are. And Kamala doesn't motivate. Oh, but she does. Yes. I think you're missing this. Charlie, your politics are about the most idiotic statements I've ever heard. I wish you would stick to financial advice. Yeah, I know. I know you do. Women care about the fact that they can't afford groceries far more than murdering a baby. I wonder what your position is on that. Savage of Wall Street, Harris will take Florida, Texas, Georgia, North Carolina this year. Mark my words, Republican women have been activated, and they don't like their rights being taken away. Ask my wife. Charlie, these conversations are ridiculous. The only day that matters is November 5. I agree. November 5. That's what it's all about. Pudding pie. Why is it always men on this channel that don't want to hear about politics? Men, that's right. Feds, they're just mad he chose J.D. Vance. Dude, would love to see a platform from Kamala. When we're going to get that, don't worry, it's coming. Charlie, Kamala was not even liked by her own party when she ran for president. The man, I said administration, which is all of them. Dave Penny, not Harris. Savage Wall Street, J.D. Vance is molesting a couch somewhere right now. All I say is thank you, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, for all-time high stock markets. That's true. That's all-time high. Harry, hope Harris runs. That would be so funny. The man and this administration isn't really doing much to correct it. Jason, Kamala has two things going for her. One, she's not Trump, and two, she ain't Biden either. And that's true. That's true. Next generation. It's the next generation. If she brings in Mark Kelly from Arizona, or she brings in the Michigan governor, is it Kathleen Whitmer or something like that? Oh my God. Oh my God. It's over. It's over. It's just over. It won't be close. It will not be close. There'll be those who won't believe it, but you can believe it. Oh yeah, it's this thing's going to be unbelievable. We're open, by the way. We're here. We're running. I hope you're making money this morning, whether you like my positions or not. It is what it is, and I welcome you to the show, and I welcome you to record high stock markets, more or less, for the last most 4 years. Although we did have a dip in 20. into 21, into 22, and then a recovery, and here we are. Yeah. Welcome, everybody. Let's see what's going on. Let's kind of keep an eye on some of these stocks. I've got GameStop at, what is it, 24.07, down 9 whole cents. Nothing to worry about there. Microsoft is up 168. Tesla's up 850. Unbelievable. Amazing. AI up 7 cents. SoFi up 3, 744. It's all about SoFi tomorrow. Nvidia up $1.90 and Rocket Lab up 4. What else? Apple down 113. We got Google up 220, Microsoft up 145, Netflix down 4, Meta up 275, Amazon up $1. We got Supermicro up 780 to 720, Uber up 3 cents, Adobe down 144, AMD up 298 at the moment. So it's a mixed bag. See what's going on here. Down 100 on the Dow at the moment. And we're now unchanged on GameStop. So we've come back to that. SoFi unchanged, 740. Early 5-6 minutes into the session. I'm glad you're all here. What can I say, kids? In the USA, it is going to be just a crap fest between now and 100 days from now. But I don't like the old man's chances. I don't. No. All of a sudden, the attention has shifted to how old he is versus how young she is, and her party being re-energized. Like that's just like that. Boom. Problem solved for the Democrats. Problem solved. They are now energized to bring her in, and I sense. I just sense it. I can't. I'm not going to guarantee it, but I sense that the female vote of the USA is locked up for 85% of it, 80% of it. It's all done. It's over. And the guys just aren't enough of them. There just aren't enough of them to stop it. And there you go. And so that's where I see it from here. I mean, this is July 29th. It's not November 5th, and I can't vote. I'm just a guy in Canada looking in from the outside. I'm just going, this is over. This is done. Everything else now is just going through the motions. I think that the absolute silent rage of women in the United States has finished these guys off. And there could be some real shocking exits from senators and congresspeople between now and election day. I think there could be some real interesting departures of people who have been just, you've had enough rope to hang yourself, you're out of here. And that's it. I wouldn't be surprised if America is absolutely ready, a majority of Americans who will vote. Time for a change, complete change out. And there's 2 directions we can go. And I think the gals, the female vote, they already know what direction they're going. The Supreme Court's against them. The Congress is against them. The religious evangelicals have lost all street cred. I mean, you're backing what? That's a joke. I mean, how many Americans go to church now? 15%? 12% of Americans go to church? Canada, same thing. I mean, how many Canadians go to church? I mean, really? Yeah, it's this is over. They're loud. They've got the money to yell, sure, but they don't have the groundswell of support. I just don't think so. I think it's over. Anyway. Crazy times. So thank God I'm not getting very many political comments here. Thank goodness for that. Alberto, SoFi thought Uncle Bruce assuming earnings above is about 3 cents, and if earnings per comes in at 1. Look, could it be that SoFi doesn't meet targets? Sure it could. Has there been indication in the last 3 months that SoFi has been failing and has been floundering? Nope. Has the company come out with any kind of a hint to the markets that we are not able to deliver what we thought we could deliver? No. Have there actually been stories about SoFi and its Galileo thing and the other been doing really well? Yeah, there's been a lot of that. Has there been speculation that these guys are going to kick ass? Actually, there has been the secret whispers. Yeah, well, what's the reputation of SoFi? What is their track record when it comes to earnings? They beat every time because they sandbag us. They come up with low expectations and then deliver big time. Do I see a change happen? I don't. I think it's going to be pretty darn good. Anyway, there it is. What can I say? Thank you all. Thank you all for your political thoughts and views. It's part of the market. It's part of life. Part of what it is. We just have to stay, in our little worlds here. Um, if you don't believe, why do you keep saying "God bless you"? It's a saying. It's an expression. That's why. Buy low, sell high. It's an expression. What can I say? It is what it is. Knock yourselves out. Anyway, you decide for yourselves what you want to do and where you want to go and how you want to do it. I'm just going to repeat the mantra that I keep repeating. It doesn't matter if you're an option writer. It makes no difference who's in the White House. Zero. Makes no difference who's running the Senate, who's running the Congress, who is in the Supreme Court. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who the president of Apple is. It doesn't matter who the CEO of Tesla is. It doesn't matter. If you're an option writer, you truly are an option writer, you don't have to actually worry about any of these people in any of these positions. Because at the end of the day, you're going to write option contracts that will depreciate in value. Because they will always depreciate in value. Because there's one force that no politician can mess with: time. The passage of time cannot be stopped by anyone. It is going to continue on. And that means contracts that have a year and a half to go, in a year and a half, they've run out of time and they expire. Contracts that were out 5 years ago are never coming back. Contracts that were written and traded 10 years ago will never come back. All the trading of GameStop options that happened from December 2020 to May 2021, the millions and millions and billions of dollars that changed hands in option contracts on GameStop is all over. It's never going to be repeated. We're now in 2024, about to enter August. And at the moment, the next series of contracts that are going to expire this Friday. Last Friday has come and gone. Cry all you want about what you didn't make. Celebrate all you want about how much you did make. This Friday's contracts are the next contracts to expire. That is the fact. And I don't care what you believe, who you believe in, who your savior is, what religion you are, what political affiliation you are, who you love, who you hate, who you worship. It doesn't matter. It matters not. If you're an option writer, you can make money in any environment at any time, all the time. You just have to not let it get to you. And there's the problem that mankind has. Mankind is passionate. Mankind sometimes is over passionate. And what ends up happening is people forget that it doesn't matter who and what does wherever. It matters about how you work your dollars, whether you make more or not. And if you just want to go to work 5 days a week and sit in a cubicle and get thrown a bunch of files every couple of days that you have to go through and hate life and hate your job, well, then knock yourself out. That's the freedom many of you have. You have the right to be miserable and poor and oppressed and kicked around like a bag of dirt. Knock yourself out. Now, look, if you're doing well at the office, at the corporation, God bless you. Like I said, it's just an expression. Bless you all. Congratulations to all. It's just an expression. Nothing personal. Nothing personal. Make money. Go ahead. In any way it makes sense for you. I just find from my angle over here, being in a bedroom in an apartment in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, I find that when I recommend and I thought that you might want to look into the idea of becoming an option writer, and you take me up on it. Most of you who do take me up on it seem to really relish it, and you really like the results. You're really impressed with how much money you can make. You're blown away by how easy it is. I mean, easy, and actually not all that stressful to write options. You find also that what amazes many of you, for example, with $1,000 of available capital, you can write a $10 credit spread on Tesla shares, for example. You can write a $10 credit spread, calls or puts, up to you. And you realize at $228 a share, in order for you to buy 100 shares to write one option, you're going to need $22,800 to let you write one call option. $22,800. With $1,000, you can write a put and buy a put, or write a call and buy a call, or do an iron condor, write a put and a call and buy a call and write a call, write a call and buy a call. You can do 4 option transactions using $1,000 of capital on an iron condor on a stock that trades right now $228.70 or something a share for $1,000. And you might haul in a credit of 10 to 20%, depending on how far the contracts have to live, which you choose. You choose which contracts you get into, calls or puts, how far out of the money. You get to choose how long they're out there for. You get to choose. You get to choose whether you want to do $1,000 credit spreads, $900 credit spreads, $800 credit spreads, $400 credit spreads. You choose. You're in total control. You're setting up the slot machine in your little casino, and you're rigging the machine the way you want it rigged. And it's all legal. As a matter of fact, it is respected. You are well respected for writing credit spreads. You're well appreciated. You've just added liquidity to the market. You're a good person. You're not dumb money. You're smart money. You're doing what institutions are doing, but at a micro level. God bless you. Congratulations. Whatever term you want me to use. Way to go. It's just an experience. It's nothing personal. It's business. Welcome to the Godfather, folks. It's nothing. It's not personal. I'm not here to hate anybody. I'm not here to tease anybody. I'm not here to frustrate anybody. It's just business. And you better be aware of the business of business, because it infiltrates everything. Everything. If you're religious, fantastic. If you're not full religious, okay. You don't give a crap about any of it, fine. You're into watching Olympics, nothing but Olympics, great. You love soccer or football, great. You love baseball, great. Whatever you're into, great. At the end of the day, the options market is the great equalizer in a way. It's not that every single person is in the options market. As you well know, many people you know don't know anything about options. Many people you know, and many people you've bumped into, trade options and know nothing about options, which of course just shocks you, as it has shocked me since 1978. It shocks you to this very day. When you become a follower of this channel, you cannot believe how dumb money the gamblers are. I mean, how dumb the gamblers really are. They're totally clueless. Clueless about options expiry. Clueless about out of the money, in the money. Have no clue, no concept of how to write a contract, why they expire, how they're going to react to a market as time runs out against these contracts. These folks are clueless. They're buying lottery tickets. That's it. They don't even know what the odds are against them when they do buy these lottery tickets. They have no idea. They know it's a long shot. They have no idea how bad it is. And this is where you've come in here and said, It's nothing personal, Bruce, but you being a Canadian, I don't care. You being what you are, I don't care. I want to know from you how the option market can work for me, because I have financial requirements that I need to be addressed. And at my employment right now, and in my little world that I live in, I have pressures on me, financial pressures on me that come from every angle that are unique to my situation. And it doesn't matter to me whether you're a Republican or a Democrat or an independent or a communist or a socialist, or you're a man, you're a woman, you're 20, you're 30, you're 40, you're 50, you're 60, you're 70, you're 80, you're 90, you're 100. It doesn't matter. I couldn't care less. It's not personal. It's business. Do you understand the business of the options market? Yes or no? Do you understand the business of the markets? Yes or no? If you do, or you are picking up the information you need to have to be smarter than the opposition person you're against. Because when you write a contract, someone is buying a contract. Someone is thinking the opposite of what you're thinking. That is a fact. The fact that you're writing poor man covered calls or doing put credit spreads where you happen to have a trade on this side and a trade on that side, you're dealing perhaps with two different people. One person is buying a contract you're writing, and one person is selling you a contract or buying a contract you're selling. It's opposite every single time. Do you care? No. Are you writing 10 put credit spreads where you're writing 10 puts and buying 10 puts? You could be dealing with 20 different people. 20 different people are against you when you write or buy contracts. You don't know. You don't have to know. You don't have to care. It's not personal. Now, if you were in a room and you put up your hand saying, I want to write these 10 contracts, and 10 people came up to you and gave you that smirk and gave you the look like, what an idiot you are, I'm going to make you lose money, you would take that personal because you see them in the room in front of you handing you money. Yeah, here's my $150 a contract. Yeah, you can have my money more, right? Yeah, here you go. Yeah, because they think they're right. And you're going to say to yourself, thank you for the $150. I know you're wrong. It's okay. There might be fistfights because you're in the same room. I don't know. And then on the other side, you're buying contracts from the people who are willing to sell it to you, who are looking at you like, yeah, you can have mine. Oh, sure, you idiot. Yeah, but that's not how it works here. Everything is done with this. You're by yourself. You're all alone. The buyers and the sellers and the opposition are not in this. You're not in the same room in reality, but you're in the same room in a digital kind of way. And you're using this as your instrument to do what you need to do. And it's instantaneous, and it's anonymous, and it's fast, and it's legit. And oh, are you folks telling me how well you're doing writing contracts? Which, for some of you, it hurts to tell me that you're making money right now. It really hurts you. Because there's a Democrat running the White House, and there's a Democratic Senate, and there's a Republican House that is a gong show, and you're making all kinds of money in the option market, and it hurts you to admit to yourself, I'm making money with these Democrats running the show. Because why? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There are people making all kinds of money in the option market when the Republicans had all three houses in Trump's first 2 years. They owned all three houses. And there were all kinds of Democrats and Republicans making all kinds of money in the options market. It didn't matter. Midterms during Trump didn't matter. Biden got elected, it didn't matter. Midterms under Biden didn't matter. Presidential election coming up right now doesn't matter. It is absolutely irrelevant to how much money you're going to make. The amount of money you're going to make is directly connected to how well you are going to write options and how smartly you're going to do it. That's all there is to it. And frankly, it's how many. Because many of you who are Democrats, and many of you who are Republicans, and many of you who are independents are very good option writers. You all have something in common. You're all option writers. And it's just a matter of how big are you as an option writer. That's it. And whether you're in Germany or in the UK or Canada or you're in Switzerland or Israel or anywhere else, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter your nationality. Doesn't matter your ethnicity. It doesn't matter what school you went to. Doesn't matter what law degree or university degree or college degree or high school diploma you have or no diploma. Irrelevant. All absolutely irrelevant. Do you know what you're doing when it comes to writing options? That's the question. That's the only question. Nothing else matters. Nothing. And so if you're unhappy because what I talk to you about, because I give you the big picture from my angle, you don't like what I'm saying, won't matter to how much money you're making. It's a question of what options are you going to write. And are you getting the information you need from this channel? I hope you are. And are you finding that hanging out with these groups of regulars are the folks I want to be with? These are the ones who are absolutely the people I want to hang with. Fantastic. Thank you all so much for being with us here. I can't thank you enough for those of you who follow me every day. 129 thumbs ups. Not very many of you are happy today. You're all upset. You're all frustrated. You're all whatever. Okay. Don't want to give us a thumbs up today? I understand. It's okay. But at the end of the day, you're going to make money anyway, no matter how upset you get or what my opinion is or what your opinion is or what you think or what. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it comes down to what is the end game here going to be. That's it. That's all there is to it. What do you think? In any event, thank you all for joining in. Thank you all for being part of the channel, being part of this man's following. I hope it's going to work out for you. Hope you're going to get richer. Hope not too many of you are too upset with everything. Hope it's all going to be okay. Thank you again for following the show. We're members only on comments. If you're not a member, please become a member. If you're a regular member of the channel, I thank you. If you're going to become a Gold Bagel member, I thank you. We just hit record highs for Gold Bagel membership over the weekend. Can you believe it? We have now hit a new record high number of Gold Bagel members all time, just over the weekend. Amazing. Because again, those of you who become regular Gold Bagel members, you realize it doesn't matter what he thinks, what I think, what everyone thinks. We are doing great, and we're alive, and we're well, and we're growing, and we're just getting better at it. Bottom line. Thank you also this morning to a couple of you who have already stepped up to get your hands on 5 for 4. Looks like a shout out to... let me just see if this loads up. Thank you, Nathan. Thank you, my friend. I will get you your 5 classes after the show is done. And also to Vladimir. Way to go, buddy. Thank you, Vladimir, for picking up 5 for 4. I will get you your number. Let me know with a private email which classes you'd like, and we'll get you the 5 you want. I think you may have already done that. I'll look into that after the show. Thanks again over the weekend, those of you who picked up these classes, and last Friday, a bunch of you picked up classes. Well done, everybody. Just welcome to the party, guys. The sale ends day after tomorrow. The deal lasts until the end of the 31st. So I'm plotting right now lesson number 18. Stick around for that. I'll keep you posted on timing and topics. If you have any thoughts on what you would like to have me talk about for class number 18, do let me know. I do take into consideration the needs and wants and desires of the viewers. So if any of you would like to learn how to make money writing options on topic we haven't covered before, or something you'd like a little more explanation on, do let me know, okay? Thank you again. 141 thumbs ups are now in the house. Thank you. Appreciate that. 143 now. 57 until we hit 200. We're always going for 200. We have 237 people watching. 143 thumbs ups. Thank you on the reruns as well. Those of you on the rerun watching this who are giving me thumbs ups every day on the rerun, you guys are awesome. Thank you, thank you. This channel gets promoted by its viewers. That's the bottom line. The viewers and those who interact with this YouTuber, that's how this channel gets exposed to more people. We're at 747 on SoFi, up 6. We're up 6 on GameStop, and we're up 5 cents on Rocket Lab right now. That's the story. I'm sticking to it. The big market here, Apple has gone green. Tesla's green, $11. Microsoft is up. Google is up. Amazon is higher. Nvidia is higher. Facebook is up, the old Meta. Goldman Sachs is higher. Cisco down just 18 cents. ARC is higher. Pfizer's down 15. HPQ down 14. Unity's up 21. AI is up 22 cents. Adobe down 136. The spiders are up 249. The all-time high for spiders, 565. We're at 546. On the triple Qs, we're up 460 right now. The highs for Qs, 503. We're at 467. So we're off a little bit there. Healthy pullback. IBM, no changes. Vanix Semiconductors up 370. Home Depot up $2. Enphase up 60 cents. Palantir up 50 cents. Uber up 69, 70 cents or so. Welcome all of you to this channel, to the broadcast. Great to see you all here with us this morning. Nice to have you here. Let's take a look at the markets now. We're green on the Dow after starting off 100-something points. We're up 21 on the Dow. We're up 27 on S&P, which is 10 times better. The Dow's up 0.05%. The S&P's up 0.5%. NASDAQ, double that, up 0.982, 1%. There it is. It's up 1% now on NASDAQ, up 176. So up we go in this market. Oil is a 77.32. It's up 17 cents. There is no rebound happening here on oil. I mean, there's nothing to suggest a big time rebound on oil. It's very lethargic. Could go even lower the way this is going. Anyway, there it is, everybody. Thank you all for being here, and thank you for tolerating the old man. Like I say, I'm sorry that if any of you are disappointed, frustrated, don't like this, doesn't matter. You're an option writer. If you're here, you're here for one thing. You're here to make money in the market, and the options market is going to give it to you. Simple as that. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you for being number 126. J-Boy, I'm a happy guy. Thank you for this. Deep value. Let's get to 238 likes. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you all. Let's keep going. Bruce, you rock, says dude. My vote statistically doesn't matter. Dems don't come to Tennessee. Republicans have supermajority here. Markets still go up, and it just doesn't matter. Yeah. Charlie C., congratulations on gold membership, Uncle Bruce. Good job. Charlie C., too, you know I love you. And all of you. You guys are great. Yeah, I love you guys. John Harpster, J-Boy, anybody else looking to roll Tesla? What else is going on? Let's go. So let's go. Spicy Android is saying, you know what, Uncle Bruce, I have watched the class on put credit spreads. I've watched it like 5 times. I have watched this 5 times. So I'm thinking of selling a $22 put and buying a $20 put. Does that sound right? Okay, now I'm assuming you're talking about GameStop. I'm assuming that's the stock. It's not AI. It's GameStop. And I have been sort of intimating to those of you out there thinking of doing GameStop put credit spread. I've been trying to tell you to stay down further away from the market. I think 22 is too close. Stock's at 24.15. You're thinking about 22 put. Not so crazy about it. I'm more interested in a 2018, $2 back for each of them. Or a 1917. Maybe go out 2 weeks. Go out 3 weeks with the idea of shutting it down in like a week and a half from now or less. Looking for that shrinkage. Again, you got to look at the option chains. You got to see for yourself about these premiums. You got to see what the potential is if you write a 3 or a 4 week contract on a put. and you buy it back 2 weeks from now, what should it cost you? It's easy to figure it out. Take a look at the option chain for $20 puts or 19s or 18s that expire this Friday, next Friday, the Friday after that, the Friday after that, the Friday after that. Figure it out. If you look down the road 4 Fridays from now and then come back to 2 Fridays closer, what's the difference in the put value? Has it shrunk enough in that 2-week time frame to make it worth your while against the put you're buying from then to 2 weeks or 3 weeks later? Check the chains. Okay. J-Boy, Lorraine, Tesla has been a wild ride. It's like riding a bull, hasn't it, Jess? Jen, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right.
They're not ready for rodeo season?
No. I've upset some of my.
Oh, you've done it again.
Oops, I've
What
done
are
it
you
again.
doing?
Well, we are talking about the possibility of the angry female vote in America.
Yes. You've got something hanging off you.
Oh, a little bit of Kleenex. The angry female vote.
I don't know if they're angry. Maybe they're dedicated.
Resolved.
Resolved. That's a very good word. Yes, They're resolved.
We're
not going back.
We're not going backwards.
We're not going back.
Yeah,
No.
Yeah. That's the thing that I think dominates, and no one wants to talk about it because it's not exciting. You don't want to bring that up if you're trying to get viewers to your political shows on TV. If you're a political based channel on the television networks, you want advertisers, and you want drama, and you want cliffhangers, and you want swing state drama, and you want all this stuff. You don't want certainty. You don't want to report that the polls are completely going one direction or the other, because that's bad for ratings. After all, you want the eyeballs watching your channel and nothing but your channel. Because if America believes it's all over, they're going to watch Netflix movies. They're not going to watch your political channel. Can't have that. So you've got to keep the pot going here. Nothing is better for network television than complete controversy, uncertainty, fear, and greed.
Eyeballs.
Eyeballs. It's all about eyeballs. And why do you think YouTube videos have unbelievable titles all the time about extremist views about this, that, and the other thing? Eyeballs.
I know.
It's
I can't
nothing
remember
personal.
when that happened that our headlines went crazy.
I know. Yeah, I know. It's wild. It's wacky. It
became
is what it is.
The land of hyperbole.
The land of hyperbole.
So how is everybody else today? On a beautiful, a little smoky, but it's a lovely day.
We're doing okay
it's nice
here.
And cool right now. Oh, so nice.
We are fortunate in Calgary because we're in the southern part of the province. The northern part of the province is where the real problems with fires are. That's where they are. Calgary, an area south of us, west of us, is farmland, ranch land. We don't have national forests in our city.
No, but we get prairie fires that they really
we
keep
do
an eye
get
out for.
Prairie fires, but they are flash fires. They run. If you've ever seen a prairie fire from a drone in Kansas or anywhere,
it burns itself out.
You see how these go as a straight line. They go right across and then they die out. Forest fires can last months.
We've had fires up in the north, BC and Alberta,
since last summer.
They
didn't go out in the winter. They were covered in snow, and were still burning under the snow because the fires are underground in the roots of the trees. Yeah. There's issues that will last years now.
Our geography lesson for the day is when you see the province of Alberta, and you get to Edmonton, which is our capital, you're not halfway up.
You're not even halfway up the province. Our province is very long.
The most of Canada's population lives close to the American border.
Within 100 miles of the U.S. border. Now, we are more than 100 miles north of the U.S. border. Edmonton is another 100 and something miles north of us, 183 hours by car north of us. But Edmonton, the capital city of this province, isn't even at the halfway mark.
No, there's a lot above there.
There's a lot north of us, and then there's the Northwest Territories.
And the same in BC.
Which goes beyond and beyond. So British Columbia is long, Alberta's long, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, very long, narrow, rectangular type provinces. And
Saskatchewan it's an absolute rectangle.
It's an absolute rectangle. Yeah, where Wyoming is a square, Colorado seems to be a square. The Dakotas seem to be kind of
Idaho's
a
a panhandle.
square. Idaho with the panhandle is longish. California definitely long. Arizona a square. New Mexico seems to be a square. That kind of shape. This province is a rectangle, no question, and it pinches towards the bottom.
Yeah, because the mountains
spreads out.
Follows the mountains.
And we have got forests. And climate change has made an amazing change, unfortunately. And Canada's paying a terrible price.
And it started years and years ago with the bugs that killed the forest.
That too.
Those bugs whose name I can't tell you.
I can't tell you the name of this thing.
But it put a lot of really good fire fuel in the forest.
Unbelievable. In any way, what can I say?
How are the markets this month?
Let's take a look. They started negative, the Dow, but not bad. Like the Dow was off maybe 100, 150. It's now actually, last I saw was green. Let me take a look. It's kind of right at the line here. Up 11 points, 12 points. S&P's up 18, much better than the Dow. Okay. And NASDAQ is the winner, 113-point gain. Although we seem to have topped and now we're backing up a bit, but we are fluctuating. But it looks to me like we might want to go higher as the day goes on the big markets now. Individual stocks. Right now, we're all holding our breath for SoFi. Tomorrow morning, pre-market, SoFi will release. So
it should be low volume today.
Who knows? SoFi right now, 742 up a penny on 9.4 million in 32 minutes.
Yeah.
Kind of typical lately for this kind of stuff. I don't see any news on it today. It's all about tomorrow. We just have to, tough our way through it. It's just the way it is. What can I say? We've had a couple more people today grab 5 for 4.
Excellent.
I thank them already.
Coming to the end of the month.
End of the month. Day after tomorrow. End of July.
The end of this week is August.
Yeah, we were talking here.
My mommy's birthday.
Mummy's?
My mommy's birthday.
Oh, your mummy's, yeah. And then yours is coming up.
That's right.
Yeah. And then we're going on a trip. And we're talking about that now. We're going, oh my God, 3 odd weeks. Oh my word. 3 weeks today.
How to pack.
3 weeks today.
Pack
we're
for
out of here.
Different seasons.
Yeah, we're going to be experiencing summer, the North Atlantic, cruising around the UK, and then cruising back to New York in October, and summer. So we have clothing challenges.
Europe in the fall.
Yeah.
Layers, people. Layers.
Layers. Secret to success is layers. Thank you, all of you.
Do you want to hear my rant?
Yeah, give me a rant. Yeah.
And I think this is something that a lot of your viewers are going to be able to sympathize with.
Okay.
Rentable scooters.
Mm-hmm.
So in this city,
here in Calgary,
the city has made little parking lots for them. It has designated on the street, this is for scooters.
Yes.
Park it here. And you'll see like 2 or 3 of them across the street. Like they couldn't just take it across the street and park it there.
Oh, so people, they rent a scooter, but they don't take it back to the designated parking stall across the street.
Which are everywhere.
Are all over.
Everywhere.
Yeah. They just leave the scooter on the sidewalk where they get off of it.
Now,
and that's it.
Let's say it was the middle of the night.
It was the middle of the night.
And the street is not well lit.
And the individual leaving the scooter behind was not driving their car to not be impaired, but they were.
But they do have a headlight,
Yeah. Okay.
But it's right there. It's
there.
10 feet.
10, 15, 20 feet.
You couldn't have walked.
Nope.
5 meters.
Nope.
Not even.
That's true.
Yeah, and so, drives me crazy.
Now, what does happen? Pardon me a second. I dropped my pen. What does happen is during the night, and I'll give kudos to the rental companies that control these scooters. They have to make sure scooters are charged for the next morning,
they do their maintenance.
And they have to be back in their parking spots. The good news is that the folks who rent these scooters know where they all are because they all have transmitters, and so they gather them up generally speaking, and get them to the nearest spots. Now, in some cases, they might go to a parking area where there are 4 scooters, can hold 6, but there are 6 scooters in the area, and there's only room for 2. They'll get 2 over there to their spots, and the other 4 they will gather up, and they will either drive them to the next spot or grab them in the van, charge them up in the vans, take them back to their charging stations somewhere around downtown, get them charged up and redistributed by roughly 5 a.m. to 6 a.m.
Oh yeah,
but it's a
because it's
constant
part
struggle.
of their charter.
Yeah.
They because they're remember the first year, it was a free for all.
And there were more than 1 or 2 companies.
Oh yeah,
yeah. We
and the
pared
city
down
hadn't
the number.
designated this parking spot is for scooters.
Yeah, and the city has now designated lanes for bikes and scooters.
Mm-hmm.
More and more of it.
And why is that?
Because you want them off the sidewalk. But
no, that's not. You think the reason is because
go ahead. You
the city hates cars.
Because the city hates cars. And to be fair, as a vehicle,
and they do.
As a vehicle,
in the inner city,
as a car operator,
they don't want you driving.
I'll tell you this: if I went to my doctor's office today and had a chat with my doctor on how I'm doing, and I were to casually mention, "Hey, what do you think about me renting a scooter?" The first thing he or she would do is say, no. Because if you fall down at age 68, 69, you could break your hip, Bruce. No, you're not 29 anymore. No, we don't.
I have a picture of you, though, just a few years back, on a scooter, one leg bent, in the classic kissy pose.
I was having a wonderful time in Long Beach with my daughter, renting with her a scooter at the pier. And we went up and down the beach.
I was in a bar that day.
There you go. I had a wonderful time with my daughter, but I do understand that it would not be prudent for me. It'd be much wiser for me to either grab an Uber or drive my car to where I have to go, and generally, or walk within walking distance. Definitely the way to go. But vehicles in Calgary have been discouraged, greatly discouraged from certain areas of this city by city policies and changes. Now,
inner city, there's no parking.
There are many out there who feel this is a wonderful thing, and depending on how old you are, your opinion changes. Just like politics, same with vehicle access or non-access. And unfortunately, Calgary is not Zurich, although Calgary and Zurich are usually neck and neck for some of the most livable cities in the world.
Yes.
On these ratings of these world's greatest cities. We're right up there. But if I were to live in Zurich, I could understand that I wouldn't own a car at all. I would only rent a vehicle when I really need one.
Well, and you can do that here as well.
That's true, but it's not the same.
Manufacturers don't want you to know that.
It's not the same.
No, it's not the same, but it's way cheaper than owning your own car.
Understand. But when I talk about the layout of the two cities and the affordable...
our city is very big.
Correct. The affordable and incredible system of transit available in Zurich compared to Calgary.
If I was going to drive from the northwest down to the southeast
of Calgary,
and I didn't take the ring road, how long?
An hour.
At least.
An hour, because you got to go through
at
downtown.
least an hour. Yeah.
Oh, it'd be insanity.
The ring road would still take you
30 minutes.
Yeah.
25 minutes, 30 minutes. Which is phenomenal. The city.
The city's got a lot of space.
The city, the province. So we spend a lot of money on our ring road. Most cities in North America have ring roads as major highways.
You want to keep the trucks out of down.
But when it comes to individual getting around, there are certain cities in North America where you can take transit to get to where you got to go. And certain cities in this country, Canada, USA, you cannot.
Our embarrassment?
Theoretically do it very easily.
Our embarrassment is that you can't take a train or a bus to the airport.
You can't get public transit to the airport in Calgary. The international airport in Calgary, which is a laughing stock.
It's an embarrassment.
That is utterly ridiculous. Toronto, in the last 10 years, finally put in a Sky train system into the airport in Toronto. After 60 years of talking about it, they finally did it a decade ago. Calgary still does not have a dedicated transit route to the airport that you can grab from anywhere in the city. You have to take a cab or get a friend to drive you.
Or an Uber, or, yeah.
It is an utter joke.
And coming in,
and we have Europeans landing here who go, well, where's the train? Where's the train to get me to downtown? That's a standard in almost all developed Europe, and we don't have it. And we have all this room, all this real estate, all this land where we can squeeze trains underground, above ground, around. Nothing. We have nothing.
It is our embarrassment.
We are. It is an embarrassment.
But we still are a happy city to live in.
Yes, of course. Compared to other North American cities and around the world, there's a lot of positives here. A lot of positives in your hometown, I'm sure. And on world rankings, Vancouver and Calgary and Zurich and Amsterdam and Berlin and other Vienna and great, but they all have their pluses and minuses.
Absolutely.
You can't find an F-150 super cab in downtown Vienna, I'll tell you that.
No.
There's a drawback right there. You can't have tailgating parties in Vienna at the local soccer match. They don't have those, but they sure do in Phoenix, Arizona. They got tailgating, baby. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And these 45-foot long RVs pulling a trailer with a car in it. You can do that in the United States. Sure can't do that in Zurich, Switzerland. No. So, depending on what your lifestyle is, it's all right. It's okay. We're not complaining. We're just mentioning it.
Yes. And so prepared to take a taxi when you fly into Calgary.
And you know what this means for option writers? Nothing. Doesn't matter. Well, it doesn't matter if you're an option writer. Make your money and then travel wherever you want and enjoy the local whatever. And just
the local cuisine.
Go with it. It's okay.
Come and have prairie oysters in Calgary.
There you go. Yeah.
Can you hand me that?
Chow from Sydney, Australia says...
from
Luca.
Sydney?
Sydney. He was Melbourne. Luca. Now he's in Sydney. Welcome, Luca, to the show.
Ciao.
Yeah.
Are we going to do this again?
Well, I'm thinking of exactly the same thing. A light smattering of it.
Okay.
Auntie Jen, how are you from Beach Boy, by the way?
Oh, hi, Beach Boy.
Beach Boy, how you doing?
Always thinking of you when I read the news.
We're always watching and thinking of you. Brian, I have some August 16 $35 calls I sold for $314, putting in a stinker for 31 cents to buy them back. Yeehaw, 90%. Hey, Brian, how's Halifax treating you? Asks Luca. He says, Brian says, humid right now here for a week. Can't wait for some lobster, donair, and scallops in Halifax.
Go to the Maritime Museum. Tell me how wonderful it is.
Yeah, Luca, I hear you, man. Go to Salt, says Luca. A lovely place. And Luca, a ciao, Auntie Jen, from Luca to you.
Ciao.
Rock and roll. Yeah, babies.
Yeah, babies. Okay, I'm off to
Thank you, my dear. Awesome. Getting myself a toasted bagel. Thank you all for joining us today. I hope you're doing okay. Writing options, buying back some nice, low-priced contracts that you've written in the last little while that have absolutely been destroyed with time depreciation. 160 thumbs ups have come in. Thank you. Only 40 away from 200. Thank you very, very much. Could you do me a favor out there, folks? I would love to know this. I ask once in a while. I should have asked earlier. Those of you who are still here hanging out with me, when you come to watch this show, whether you watch me live or you watch me during my 2 hours, you kind of kick in and you watch me, or you catch up on me after hours, what advertisers do you get when you watch me on YouTube? Who is advertising to you? What are they trying to sell you when you come into my channel from wherever you are on the planet? I'd love to know what Europeans get shown. Love to know what ads my Americans get. I'd love to know what ads my Canadians get. it would be most curious. Auntie Jen, hi. It's
Hi.
nice to see you. How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm great. How's my bagel coming along?
Oh, I think somewhere at Costco they're baking them right now.
Oh my goodness! You mean to tell me that we've run out of bagels and we didn't buy any on the other day?
We had 6 in the freezer.
Thought for sure we had 6 more in the freezer.
Woo! I thought for sure.
Oh my gosh!
So no bagel today. The stock market will just have to get there without you.
Well, maybe I'll have like a couple slices of toasted rye bread. We have a lot of that.
We have lots of rye.
With good old jam on it.
With the jelly?
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that.
But no bagel today, no bagel. Uncle Bruce. Denied. You've been denied the opportunity to enjoy a bagel. Interesting. Yeah. Can any of you let me know what advertisers are advertising at you when you watch my show? Are you getting an ad from a brokerage firm? Are you getting an ad from a bank? Are you getting ads from a tire company, a car company, or what is it? Joe's Pizza Joint down the street? Anybody want to let me know? Please let me know. Love to find out just who's advertising at you, trying to get your attention. Let's continue on with how the markets seem to be doing. We're down 65 again on the Dow, another little dip. James saying, James of the Misty Tree, I got a Wix ad today. Wix, interesting. J-Boy, I'm on the move this week. Nothing as exciting as Sydney in Topsail Beach, North Carolina. Awesome stuff, man. Splayer, SoFi is already trading the future, so we had anticipated there's no bagel. 738 right now confirms this. Louis, I logged out and then back in. Well, let me know what ads you get. Be curious what you get. AI down 6 cents. GameStop down 18. Centino, SoFi 736 down 5 cents. Nvidia's up 160. Rocket Lab down 3. Matterport down 4.5. SmartRent down 2. ME up 1. Apple down 24 cents. Tesla up 13.02. We've got Google up 216. Microsoft up 153. Meta up 478. Amazon is up 98 cents. So Magnificent Seven, other than Facebook, are doing all right. And I'm sorry, Apple. Apple's only down 27 cents. Everything's up, including Facebook. We've got Uber up 11 cents. Adobe down 475. AMD up 151. Unity up a dime. Enphase down 81 cents. So we've got Moderna down $1. Cisco down a dime. Pfizer down 14. IBM down $1.50 at 190 a share on IBM. HPQ down 33 cents. Home Depot is up 97. Vanix Semiconductors up 156. Goldman Sachs down 220. Boeing is down 180. Target Corp down 290. JP Morgan down 119. Costco is up 196 a share. Walmart down 48 cents. Disney is up 140. American Airlines up 2 cents. AMC up 4 cents. DraftKings up 20 cents. Royal Caribbean is up 46 cents to 154. Royal Caribbean's high was as much as 173.30. We're down $19 from the high of the year on Royal Caribbean. And they're telling us, oh, it's all great. Oh, everything's great. Yeah, we are loving life. Cruising at 110% capacity. Oh, it's great. It's not great for the passengers on a 110% capacity cruise ship. By the by, it might sound great for the cruise line, but for passengers who are overrun with kids everywhere, might be a bit much. Just saying, if you're trying to get away for that kind of quiet cruise, might be careful which cruise line you pick just to get what you really want. In any event, it is. Rambler Sparkling Water, Louis says. That's the ad I'm getting. J-Boy DoorDash ads. Those are the ads for me, bro. Those are the ones I'm getting here. Fidelity advertising with you this morning. Hector says Fidelity is buying ads. So you can see these ads that are being bought on my channel to get to you guys. You can understand the demographic of the advertiser shooting ads to you. Interesting how this works. Financial Mischief, Fidelity, Intuit, QuickBooks, Wix, DoorDash. Those are the guys buying ads to get to me through YouTube. Interesting. Very interesting. Netflix is sounding out investors on Monday for its potential first high-grade bond sale, according to Bloomberg. Bloomberg is saying that Netflix wants to raise cash to expand, maybe buy something else. I don't know. Offerings, more offerings. I have no idea. Interesting. Thank you for letting me know. What advertisers are you getting when you come to watch me? Who's advertising at you? Is it Fidelity? Is it Wix, DoorDash, Intuit, Rambler Sparkling Water? Who's after you for your attention? I'm curious to know because I don't know. I don't control it. I have no idea that YouTube handles the ad sales. I do know that my advertising rate, the cost per thousand to advertise on this channel, much higher than say a gamer or others. It's a very high rate to get to you because you're a valuable audience. You're very valuable, and it's interesting how when you see the ads aimed at you, you understand what the YouTube people are saying to their advertisers. Oh, you want to advertise to this demographic? Oh, yeah, we got channels for that. We have a number of channels that you want to shoot at, the viewers you want to get to. Absolutely. You want top-notch viewers? Yep, this channel right here is one of them right now. We'll give you a list of the hundreds of channels, thousands of channels, and the style of channels and the topics of these channels. Interesting. This is why I love it when you give me a thumbs up, because you're telling YouTube you like this content, which allows YouTube to tell advertisers you want to advertise to these people, or because of this content. It's a circle.
I brought you those just in case you wanted a little memory.
Yeah, a little bit of roasted sesame seeds. Oh yeah, don't sneeze on that. This is my toasted rye bread with now roasted
there you go
sesame seeds on top.
Okay.
It's as close to a toasted bagel I'm going to get. Well, it happens. We only went out for one little thing. We went to Walmart this weekend.
I know, because last time we went out, we bought a lot. Yeah. So we have a lot of food here, but we're just now going to start running out of specifics.
Yeah, we have a friend of ours that's contacted us about getting together. I don't think we should go out to eat with them at all. I think we should bring them here. We got food to finish off.
We got food.
We got to clean out our fridge.
We got food.
Yeah, thank you, Auntie.
It's like a little maraca.
A little maraca means a little merengue.
A little merengue.
Oh, man.
Have you seen a merengue?
Merengue. Ooh, you should see him dance a merengue. Thank you, everybody. There's another that I've gotten a couple of times, says Financial Mischief. It's been for an app like Mint, but the name is escaping me right now. Bobby, premium edition of YouTube ads. We don't get stinking ads. I hear you there. Rides off his high horse. I don't know what that means. And A. Legion, what did I miss? Thank you all for being here today. Toasted rye, grape jelly, and roasted sesame seeds. Okay, thank you. The Dow down 171. We've gone negative on the Dow. AI down 32. So GameStop down 32. SoFi down a dime. Nvidia holding again, 136. Yep. Apple's down 34 cents. Tesla's still up $12. Google up 194. Microsoft up 166. Meta up 419. Amazon up 60 cents. So the Magnificent Seven holding in there quite nicely still. Thank you all for joining us today. From wherever you are, we love you. Yeah. Little red coming in, but the Magnificent Seven are holding green, holding on to the green. Looks like the Spider and the Triple Qs might be backing off a bit. The Spiders are only up 17 cents now. They had been higher. They got up to 547. We're now back to 544.60. Spiders backing off. Triple Qs got up to 467, almost 468. We're at 465. We're still up 220 on the Qs. Like I said, this kind of market we're in now, you're an option writer. You want to be looking at certainly out of the money puts 10 to 15% out. But you don't mind considering out of the money calls. Call credit spreads might be the better payoff for you, depending. But you want to be well ahead of this market. You want to allow stocks to go up, but looking at like Nvidia, for example, we're at about $115 a share right now. The high for the year, $140. The low, $39. Okay, we're not going to $39, right? But are we going back to $140? Can that happen in the next 2 or 3 weeks? Question. I don't think so. But if you're going to write 130 to 140 calls, you're going to do call credit spreads where you might write a 130 and buy a 135, or you write a 133 and you buy a 138 or a 143, a $5 or a $10 spread, or anywhere in the middle of that. You may find that for this Friday or next Friday expiry, there might be a trade in your neighborhood that can work out for you on the call side. Something to investigate on your call option chains. Okay. On Apple, the high for the year is $237. We're at 218, 217. We're $20 off the highs. So 230s to 240s, anywhere in that neighborhood might be where you want to consider it. Obviously, earnings report comes out the day after tomorrow on Apple. So you may want to just not do a dang thing until after the report of earnings, which is Wednesday night. So at the earliest, Thursday or Friday for next week or the week after. May want to take a week until you decide what to do on Apple, because again, you're looking for boredom. You're looking for stocks to do very little so that the out of money contracts you're writing, calls or puts, are so out of the money that they will die worthless. That's what you might want to go for. Tesla, 232 right now. High for the year, 278, 279, maybe 260, 270 is the neighborhood. Google is at 170.72, the high of 193. They're coming out with, have they not already come out with earnings? Maybe already. I think they have. You may want to now look at, the 185.95 range. Dare the stock to hit new all-time highs. Earnings are out. Microsoft, 427 right now. Earnings tomorrow. You may want to wait until day after that and then decide what to do. This is where you can pick your spots, pick your spread, pick the return, the length of contracts you're going to go with, and go from there. Out of the money, worthless contracts is where you want to be. Giddy up. Yeah. I get eToro ads, Lucas says. Ryan Cohen changed his Twitter profile picture to women. Interesting. Industry news for cruises. Royal Caribbean Icon of the Seas traveling at 132% capacity. Kind of a bit heavy there, I would say. Man, that's crazy. Man. Let's see. What else is going on? Yeah, JJ's going, no, thank you. I don't want to be on that ship with that kind of nonsense. Thank you. RB, just to check, I've got the right information. The votes for Matterport CoStar merger was a yes. Yes, it was. It came through. Yes. Let's see. Yes, Uncle Bruce. Somebody saw it this morning. Earnings in a week on Matterport. Probably learned the rest then. Yeah, we'll hear news shortly about the final consolidation of this merger. Shareholders have approved it. The boards of directors have approved it. Now it's just through regulators and the courts. They'll figure it out. Looks like the Dow's improving. We're down 108, not 170 anymore. AI is down 14, GameStop down 30, SoFi is down 6 cents, make it 5. Nvidia up 165. Looks like the market is moderating a bit. Mm, mm, mm. Thank you all for being here today, joining us live. We appreciate you. We love you. We got a lot to follow this week. Oh boy, have we got a lot to follow this week. Oh boy. There will be no let up in activity. We've got a heavy week going this week with our friends SoFi tomorrow morning. We are so close to hearing about SoFi. Mm, 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 mm. Thank you all for popping through here and supporting us and hanging out with us. Down 109 on the Dow, up 12 on S&P, up 110 on NASDAQ. Oil negative again, 76.68 on oil, down 48 cents. Oil going lower again. Mm, 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 mm. Welcome to the party, pals. Great to have you here. All right. Thanks, Uncle Bruce. Good info. See what's going on. Okay. There you have it, kids. Another fun day in the markets. Remember, it doesn't matter who's doing what. Option writers make money no matter what. And that's your job, is to make money. Join me tomorrow morning. SoFi tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, also, Microsoft, AMD, Pfizer earnings come out tomorrow. We have a busy day. We have a busy week. We have a lot to follow. You have a lot of money to make. And I congratulate those of you who are scoring on the options market, and you're ignoring the noise. You're ignoring the distractions, and you're here to do one thing and one thing only: make money from writing options. And that is your new game. That is your method and modus operandi to be successful financially. And it makes no difference what college you went to, what college you didn't go to, where your friends and relatives and your mother and father went to school. Irrelevant. The grade point average you got or your brothers and sisters got. Irrelevant. Whether you have friends in high places, low places, or no places, irrelevant. Whether you're going on vacation or not is irrelevant. You need to only figure out your option strategy and your numbers and let the market tell you what to do. Everything else doesn't matter. Thank you for joining me today and every day. Thank you for the classes that you have taken and are going to take. Thank you for taking advantage of this 5-for-4 deal. Thank you all for reaching out to me. Those of you looking for a one-on-one, we're running out of time to do run-on-ones only because once on holidays, I'm not sure how this is going to play out. Reliability of connections and so on. So if you're interested in a one-on-one in the next week or two, let me know and we'll figure out the timing that works for you and we'll get together. Again, those of you who would like to join Jennifer and I in London, England, in the United Kingdom, We have a meet and greet set for September the 14th in the Park Plaza Westminster Bridge Hotel. There's a bar, I believe, on the second or third floor. We'll be there. I will give you more details going forward. But we look forward to having you join us in London, England, if you are going to be in the area. I appreciate any of you who have reached out to us about that. I'm looking forward to it. Again, we'll do a meet and greet in New York when we come back to New York, October 26th, in the Times Square area. We will figure out a venue. We'll let you know about that. But in the meantime, have a great rest of your day today. I will be on the air tonight at 7 o'clock on my other channel, Traveling with Bruce. In the meantime, we'll keep an eye on this market, see what's going on. Thanks again, all of you, for being around and hanging out with us. Thank you, John Anderson. Thank you, Splair. RB, thank you, my friend. Nice to have you here. Always be ready, number 169. Thank you for the thumbs ups, everybody. Appreciate those. And have a great day, Charlie C2. Absolutely, all of you out there, have a great day, great session. Make a bunch of dough from these option gamblers who do not know what they've gotten themselves into. They have no idea that they're about to hand you, or they've already handed you, a bunch of money. Unbelievable how much money you've been handed from the saps in the options market. It is truly incredible. All right, everybody. Thank you again for your support of this YouTuber. Cannot thank you folks enough for your support. And have a great rest of your day. Start the week off right. Make a bunch of dough. 172 thumbs ups. Thank you very much for that. Thank you to Stephen Butler. Thanks, Bruce and Jen. Thank you, Stephen. And thank you, Luca. You have a good evening, my friend, in Sydney, Australia. Oh, my gosh. That's awesome. I love it. Okay, kids. We'll talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye from Calgary. We'll see you.